Let's be honest about something. There is a script we have all been handed since we were kids. Your parents said it, your grandparents preached it, and that smiling real estate agent on the bus bench definitely believes it. The script says, renting is throwing money away. You're just paying your landlord's mortgage. And because of that script, there is this deep, visceral shame that kicks in when you're still renting at 30 or 35. You feel like you've failed to launch. You feel like a financially illiterate child because you haven't signed a 30-year contract for a deed. But what if I told you that for millions of people in today's economy, that script isn't just wrong, it's actually a trap? What if the person renting the apartment is actually building more wealth than the person who just bought the house next door? Today, we are going to look at the math the real estate industry prays you never see. We're going to talk about the unrecoverable costs of owning a home. Here is the argument everyone uses. When I rent, that money is gone. When I buy, I'm building equity. That sounds logical, right? But it's based on a lie. It ignores the fact that homeownership comes with its own massive list of costs that, just like rent, are money you will never, ever see again. Let's break down where your monthly mortgage payment actually goes. In the first few years of a 30-year mortgage, you aren't paying off your house. You are mostly paying interest. In fact, nearly 70% to 80% of your payment goes straight to the bank as profit. You aren't paying your mortgage. You are renting money from the bank. Then you have property taxes. That is a perpetual rent you pay to the government for the privilege of staying on your own land. Then you have homeowners insurance. Then you have maintenance. And I'm not talking about fun renovations. I'm talking about the unsexy stuff, the water heater exploding at 2 a.m., the roof patch, the pest control. When you add up the interest, the taxes, the insurance, and the maintenance, you often find that the amount of money you are throwing away as an owner is almost identical to what you would pay in rent. You just traded a landlord for the bank and the hardware store. But the biggest cost isn't even on your monthly bill. It's the invisible wealth killer called opportunity cost. To buy that starter home today, you usually need a massive down payment. Let's say you scrape together $50,000 or $100,000. The moment you hand that cash over, it gets locked in the walls of your house. It is dead equity. It produces no cash flow. You can't use it to buy groceries. Now, imagine if you kept renting. You take that $100,000 and put it into the S&P 500 or a diversified portfolio. Historically, the stock market has outperformed real estate in many decades. While the homeowner is hoping their one specific neighborhood goes up in value, your money is doubling in the global market every 7 to 10 years. By locking your cash in a house, you are making a massive bet that your local real estate market will beat the stock market. And often, that is a losing bet. There is also a lifestyle cost we ignore. We think buying a house buys stability. Often, it just buys you a second job. Homeownership is weekends spent at Home Depot instead of with your friends. It's the mental load of hearing a weird noise in the basement and knowing you are the one who has to pay for it. When you rent, you are buying patience. You are buying time. If the dishwasher breaks, you call a number, and it gets fixed. That is a luxury. If you use those Saturday mornings to learn a new skill, start a side hustle, or just recharge your mental health, renting might actually increase your income potential because you aren't distracted by fixing a fence. And let's talk about freedom. A house is an anchor. If you get an amazing job offer in another city, the renter can pack up and leave in 30 days. The homeowner has to sell, pay 6% in agent fees, and maybe sell at a loss. Renting buys you optionality. And in a volatile world, options are valuable. Look, I am not saying you should never buy a house. If you are staying for 10 years and you love fixing things, go for it. But please, stop feeling guilty for renting. Stop letting people tell you that you're throwing money away. The secret isn't just to rent. The secret is to rent and invest the difference. Take the money you save on repairs, taxes, and that down payment, and put it to work. A house is just a place to live. It is a consumption choice, like a fancy car or a nice suit. It is not a mandatory badge of adulthood. Build your wealth in the market, keep your freedom, and let the landlord worry about the roof. If this video helped relieve some of that pressure, hit the like button and subscribe. We're going to keep running the numbers so you can build wealth on your own terms. Thanks for watching.